Gentlemen, I can't believe some of you are actually walking around without knowing the most important arc that concerns Horikita in Classroom of the Elite. This is an arc where she unlocks a weapon so powerful that it can one-shot Ayanokoji. This is canon. I am not even making this up. This is in the text. Forget season 4, forget about all the new content. You need to pay attention to the old content you missed because this is magic. This is a magical journey. I don't even know where to begin with this. So I'm just going to read this entire thing to you because you want to pay attention to it from beginning to end. All right, so this is chapter 3 of volume 4.5, and it all began with a sudden incident at 6 o'clock in the evening on a certain day. Since I received a mail on my phone from the school, I decided to check it, and when I did, by the way, this is all going to be from Ayanokoji's point of view, like the entire thing. It seems due to problems reoccurring at the Waterworks Bureau, the entire dormitory has received an alert that it would not have access to water for a while. This sucks, by the way. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation where you don't have access to water. You can't take a shower. You can't go get a drink of water. Like, you can't do anything, man. It is awful. When I tried turning the tap to test it, indeed, no water came out. It seems repair attempts will be taking some time to finish, and if it happened to be prolonged, it could take up to early morning to be fixed. But the school, too, is properly looking after the students, and in the case that it becomes necessary, more than 2 liters of water at a time will be handed out to students at the cafeteria. And since the cafeteria is expected to be crowded, a warning statement was also released stating as such. And as a prohibited matter, the convenience stores that were expected to be majorly crowded were marked as temporarily unstable. I am so sad, by the way, that we didn't get an animation. I think like just the beginning of this sounds so fun to see an animation, like people freaking out about not having water. In addition to free to drink mineral water is installed at Kiyaki Mall, but it is forbidden to bottle that water for ourselves and take it back with us. That's not my problem though. If there is a problem, it would it would have to be this is the White Room masterpiece, bro. He is in trouble. It would have to, I told you, the toilet is suspect. It would have to be the toilet. Although there is water in the tank, since it can only be used to flush once, caution is necessary. Okay, bro. He's so serious about this though. As for drinks, there's still a little bit left. This guy is more worried about the toilet than drinking water. The tea in the refrigerator would only last for about a single cup, but that should be enough for today. For dinner, I would have to endure it by making a dish without any water. He's not... Wait, can't he just go outside and get some food? Like, what's going on? After that, as I began to indifferently make preparations to cook my dinner, my cell phone suddenly rang. But as I moved to answer, the ringing ceased. Oh, here we go, bro. Here we go. It lasted for about 2 calls. So like somebody called him and then it suddenly cut out, and then they called him and it suddenly cut out. As I reached my hand out towards my phone to check the caller identity, it turned out to be Suzune Horikita's name. It's unusual for her to call me. Even if Horikita had business with me, she usually makes do via chat. Remember like that scene in like season 1 and Ayanokoji calls? It's like, okay, Kushida's coming to the study group. And Horikita hangs up immediately, and then he tries to call her again, hangs up immediately, and the text is just no. This is what he's talking about. Since I got slightly curious about the matter, I decided to call back. However, no matter how many times I called, Horikita did not pick up. While feeling it was slightly mysterious, I gave up on calling Horikita, placed my phone on top of the table, and returned to cooking my dinner. I'll cook fried rice today. It was a simple matter to cook fried rice using the rice I had. Do we really need this monologue? It was a simple matter to cook fried rice with the rice I had bought in advance. And adding the eggs, the rest were just the finishing touches. And it was then that the phone rang again. So this is Horikita calling him a 3rd time, by the way. Once I stopped the fire and walked towards the phone, again, what is up with this girl? Looking at the phone, it was like before, a call from Horikita. Once I call back again, as expected, no matter how many times the call rings, Horikita did not... So like she's calling him, and like she's hanging up after the first call, and then like he's calling her and she's just not picking up? What is this weird situation? I felt a slight doubt at this mysterious situation. Perhaps coincidentally, right after the call ended, she's also busy. That was also a possibility, but from Horikita's personality, that's hard to imagine. She's the type who only calls when she's in a calm state of mind. Even if something unexpected had happened, ending the call 2 times and not answering when I called back was strange. From here, the conclusion I had drawn was that Horikita might currently be stuck in an unexpected situation. Yeah, right. Exasperated at myself for thinking too deeply about this, I decided to stop cooking for now and answer her through the chat. It seems you've called me 2 times. What's the matter? And when I sent that message, without even a time delay, the red notification appeared. She is like, she's just watching the phone, bro. When the message that had been read, a reply did not come. I waited for quite a long time, but a reply did not come. I'm cooking right now, so my response may be late. But if you contact me, I will reply. Ayanokoji is such a nice guy, bro. I just feel like, what is going on? What? Imagine he turned off his phone, bro. She would come storming in. I sent that to her. Like before, the red notification appeared, but no reply came, so I decided to return to my cooking. Even after I had finished dinner, there was no contact from Horikita. After finishing the last of my barley tea, once again I felt a slightly bothersome feeling. It can't be. Is it really a dangerous situation? Getting caught up in an unexpected situation and having collapsed somewhere, that can't be it, right? There's no mistaking that it at least isn't the usual Horikita-like reaction. I wonder if it's a possibility that her phone is simply out of order and that's why I can't contact her. But if that's the case, it should not be necessary to contact me for advice. She would simply need to contact the school at a later date. If Horikita had a friend who would check up on her room at a time like this, it would be a quick matter to resolve, but sadly, I could not think of a single friend who would do that for her. I'm pretty sure if you asked Sudo nicely enough, he would comply. Are you okay? Although that was a cliche line, I tried to probe her situation like that. Ooh, a red notification did not appear. Unlike a while... Is this Ayanokoji's monologue, by the way? I've never seen this man say ooh in my life. Unlike a while ago, the situation where she had placed her phone had changed. Perhaps the battery of her phone had run out or it had automatically turned itself off. Such a thing could also be considered possible. But what other possibilities could I think of? In the first place, her calling me in the first place is curious. What is the reason for that? In any case, the fact that she's not saying it straightforward is strange. Then, if realistically I think about it, the first possibility would be that while Horikita had business with me, she is currently caught up in another matter. Dude, he is like looping. You know, like a Windows application was just stuck? This man is stuck in his monologue. He is looping over and over again, I swear. Then, if I realistically think about it, the first possibility would be while the Horikita currently caught up in another matter. For instance, she's been called by the teachers or she's currently being... Can you imagine Sai calling Horikita on her cell phone? I don't think I have ever seen a single teacher call any student on their cell phone. Like, ever. Like, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But that line is thin. In the middle of summer vacation and furthermore at night, it's hard to imagine the school would call her out, and I don't think there exists a friend that would contact Horikita. If so, the winning theory would be that she had something to talk to me about. Even though she had tried to call me, she became involved in some sort of accident and became unable to do so. Either that or she fell asleep or forgot and so forgot to call back. Something along the lines of that. It just doesn't fit. Horikita is an honor student and she can handle herself. I can't imagine such a Horikita simply forgetting to reply. Even though I had tried to call her directly, it didn't connect. I was forced to switch over to chat. The mystery thickens, guys. Why is she not picking up? However, even in that chat, she did not send a sentence in reply. For a period of time, red notifications did appear, even though the fact that it's no longer the case now leads me to imagine that it is still operational. Ayanokoji is solving this mystery, bro. He's like, oh, the red replies are still working, so her phone must be working. I'm worried. Even if I stay here, the things I can do for her are limited. Ayanokoji is a nice guy, but I'm worried about her too, so I can't just leave her alone. For now, to let her know that I'm trying to contact her, I decide to call her again. If I go this far, unless she's considerably busy or have not noticed my calls at all, she should answer. Again, I call Horikita's address. As I did on the fourth call, at least I succeeded in making contact with the other side. Hello. Horikita did not seem to be surprised, but she seemed to have a slightly tired voice. Hey, sorry for calling you so many times, but I got worried ever since I received your call. Were you sleeping? That's not the case, sorry. So she was awake. She's just not replying to him. She's just ghosting him while reading all his messages. I did not sense any sort of panic or any sense of accident having occurred. Right now, I'm a bit busy, so if that's all you wanted to say, I can cut the cut the call now. Once Horikita said that, I could hear from the mouthpiece of her phone a metallic sound. Oh no, here we go, boys. What was that? No, nothing in particular. Goodbye. It seems she didn't want to be investigated any further since she hurriedly ended the call. I'm a bit worried, but I did manage to make contact and the person herself is saying everything's fine. I decided to forget this for now and slowly spent my night. Nothing would happen today. I had thought the whole day would end just like that, but around 9 p.m., the screen of my phone lit up. A new message had arrived. Are you awake? It was such a chat from Horikita. I'm awake. I'd like to talk to you for a bit. Do you have time now? It was roughly 2 hours since our last... So she called him multiple times. He called her, nothing happened. And then 2 hours later, she calls him again. This is so weird. I'd like to talk with you for a bit. Do you have time now? It was roughly 2 hours since our last that she made this contact. I'll call you. After saying that to her, I immediately called Horikita's phone, and with just one call, she picked up. What's wrong? There's something I want to ask you. Horikita said that with a slightly disarrayed manner of speech like before, and after that, briefly went silent. Let's say, for instance, there's a turtle. Where are you going with this, Horikita? Let's say, for instance, this is Horikita saying this, by the way. There is a turtle. Huh? Ayanokoji's like, huh? All of a sudden, such a crazy story came forth from Horikita. That turtle is an extremely smart and talented turtle. Okay, bro. But if it happened to be involved in an accident and was flipped upside down, do you think that would be a terrible thing? It won't be able to stand back on its own anymore. This, by the way, is Horikita saying this. You are never in the history of humanity going to hear Horikita say anything like this ever anywhere else. I guarantee you. That's right. It's just when speaking of normal turtles not being able to get back up, they can extend their necks and use their legs to balance themselves. And in most cases, they can regain their initial posture. By the way, the ones that are unable to get back up on their own would be giant tortoises and sea turtles. It's because both species are born under the condition that lead them being unable to flip themselves. This is Horikita back, by the way. Horikita's telling him a story and Ayanokoji just launches into a speech about turtles. And Horikita's like, ... When I added my unnecessary words, Horikita went silent. That was unnecessary. It would be easier if you honestly assumed that they would be able to get back on their own and listen. I thought so, even though that was a spectacularly unnecessary add-on. And that situation where it can't get back up is something the matter with it. If you encountered such a situation, what would you do? I just wanted to ask for future reference. If I did, I would probably wake it up. It's not that much of a bothersome ask. Indeed, I would have no reason to save it, but I would have no reason to abandon it either. If that is the case, I might as well extend a helping hand, but I wonder what exactly this story is leading to. If I consider the situation simply, it would be that Horikita is currently like the turtle in a situation. Oh, Ayanokoji is really sharp, by the way. This is so sharp. I would, if your homie comes to you with a story about turtles, this is not where my mind is going, by the way. Ayanokoji is very sharp. Like the turtle in a situation where she can't get a backup on her own. But from the call, I could not detect any sense of panic, and she herself seems calm. It probably means that it's not that urgent of a situation. So what's troubling you? In response to Horikita, who was beating around the bush, I straightforwardly asked her that. No matter what problem she's facing, there is no profit to be had from prolonging this. If that's the case, this makes hearing it out go faster. I'm not particularly in any... Yo, man, you are bringing Ayanokoji a story about turtles. If you're not in trouble, something's very wrong here. No, but right now our conversation is going in that direction, isn't it? I was just talking about an overturned turtle. It has nothing to do with me. Then why did you talk about that turtle? I just felt like it. I want to tell you about the overturned turtle. This is messed this is messed up. This isn't like you. No, asking for help isn't like you either, but you called me because you didn't have anyone else you could rely on, right? If that's the case, saying it quickly would be better. I admonished her like that, and after a while, she began to talk. If you feel like helping people no matter what, then it can't be help. It's not like I can't allow you to advise me on this. Ooh, and that's fine, so let me know. The Horikita who had been twisted by a sense of superiority had said an unbelievable thing like that. But at this point, anything goes. I'm just having a little trouble. And then finally, she admitted honestly. Where are you now? I'm in my room, Horikita answered. Don't tell me. Are black bugs showing up? If that's the case, what are black bugs? If that's the case, even if she can afford to casually talk, it easily gives off an image that cannot be casually resolved. It would also be accurate for a period. However, the dormitories are kept clean and is it bed bugs? Okay, I think maybe it's bed bugs. It's not black bugs. That would make more sense. It would be accurate for a period. However, the dormitories are kept clean and Horikita also happens to live on the upper floor. The chances of them appearing in her room are low. That's not the case. If that were so, I could deal with it myself. How would you deal with it? Detergent? Hot water? Slippers? If none of those, then how? I also noticed she did not immediately tell me the details of her problem. Yo, man, she gave you a story about turtles. Best we can do. That's the best we can do. No matter how much I'm blessed with reasoning abilities, I cannot imagine Horikita's situation. There is a Blastoise somewhere, or a Squirtle somewhere in the story. I think if the problem gets bigger, it evolves into a Blastoise. The reason, or a Torkoal. I know every single turtle Pokemon, by the way. Do not even test me, guys. The reason I'm in trouble is because it's fine. I'll solve it myself. You're trying to solve it yourself, but it's already been more. Ayanokoji's deduction is so good. But it's already been more than 2 hours that you haven't resolved it, hasn't it? She should have already been caught up in the problem by the time she attempted to contact me. If so, she should have struggled quite a bit already. Well, so that's an affirmation. However, perhaps the detail of it seems to be weighing quite a bit on her since she didn't reply immediately. But then, well, indeed, I'm close to my physical limits. I'll tell you honestly. At last, I can cut to the chase. I thought that, but Horikita cut in like this. Could you come to my room right now? It was a meaningful statement that was equal parts shy and disgusting. Oh my goodness, bro, kill me. From now, but it's already past 9 o'clock. I understand that, but there's no way to resolve this other than having you come here. It was a burning voice. It was a frustrated voice that sounded slightly pained. There might be some resistance though, to go all the way up to the upper floors where the girls live. I understand that, but unless I get you to move directly, it will be difficult to solve this. And just like that, Horikita one-sidedly ended the call. It seems a bit scary, but I suppose there's nothing else to do but go. In any case, it wouldn't be nice to be late, so grabbing only my phone and my keys to my room, I left my room. What is it? Only my phone and the keys to my room, I left. Yeah, that was a bit of a sentence. Feeling like I'd rather not run into any girls, I aimed for the time when there would be no one else using the elevators. Sneaking around like this is pathetic, but I'm just that type of person. Then, with the right timing, I reached the 13th floor where Horikita lives. I pressed the chime. After waiting for a while, since there were no signs of her opening the door, I tried opening it myself. And since the door was not locked, the door simply opened. Horikita's room is a 1K, one room with a kitchen, but since there is a door installed inside too, I could not see into the bedroom. In the corridor and the kitchen that had barely changed from the time of our initial enrollment, there were no signs of Horikita. You're alone, right? I don't mind if you come inside. I heard that from the other side of the door. Even though we're in the dormitories right now, that's dangerous, I said. It's alright, even if a suspicious person were to enter now, the destructive power... This is Horikita saying this, by the way. It's alright. Even if a suspicious person were to enter now, the destructive power of my right hand would be more than enough. What's that phrase supposed to mean? While thinking that, I entered the room. Then I walked into the room. Horikita had her back turned facing me, and I could not see her. So she's like basically turned around. Ayanokoji can't see her face. But I could not see any particular change in her. The interior of the room was too simple, and I could not see any particular place that could be considered strange. I'm here. What's the problem? If you see, you'll understand. Horikita said that. Horikita slowly stood up and turned to face me. And then, at that moment, incomprehensible feelings, as well as an understanding emotion simultaneously burst forth from inside me. Ayanokoji just witnessed something he would have never witnessed in his life. He's been in the White Room. He's never seen anything like this. I see. So that's it. That's it. I glanced away from her in understanding and towards the tip of her right arm. And there I saw a small thermos for girls' use that was completely engulfing her hand. How should I put it? This is a disaster completely unlike you. Don't tell me you were playing with it. Don't be stupid. No, I mean it's possible, right? It feels like sandwiching a pointy corn between your hands and eating it. What is this analogy, by the way? Perhaps saying something irritated her as she swung her right arm around with a sharp expression. It's a joke. Ayanokoji almost died there, guys. That is fighting 15 gangster? Not even close. But Horikita armed with a water bottle? That was near death. I'm sorry, that was near death. Oh my god, it's a joke. There's no point in telling jokes if it isn't funny. Yours wasn't funny. Yo, she is so mad, bro. She is so disgruntled. Yours wasn't funny. It's a failure, Horikita replied. That's not because my joke wasn't funny. It's because I made fun of you, isn't it? This happened as a result of me washing it. That's enough. Could you get it off already? So that seems to be the story. I grabbed the tip of the thermos and pulled, but when I did, Horikita herself was pulled along with it. It's already bad enough that you can't get it off yourself. Please step it up. If our body itself gets pulled along with the bottle, I won't be able to take it off what normally could be taken off. If our body itself gets pulled along with the bottle, then I won't be able to take off what normally could be taken off. And then there you have it, guys. Horikita with the water bottle. I think I have a better image, right? This is the thing one. Horikita with the water bottle. I can't move this up or down. Oh, whatever. There you go. Horikita with the water bottle stuck. Look at this. This is an expression of defeat. That's all this says. It's all defeat. I already understand something like that. It's just I'm already quite tired, so please make it brief. It seems after having struggled for more than 2 hours, Horikita is already starting to get exhausted. I grabbed hold of the thermos again. Then I added some more strength to it and pulled. Horikita too endured the pain as she stepped backwards at the same time. But it seems she's already used to it at this point, since she showed no signs of feeling her arms being pulled off. This is pointless. At this rate, it probably won't come off. I see, as expected. It seemed she had already expected that the thermos would not come off, as Horikita showed no signs of strong disappointment. Looks like we'll need to rub it with soap and slowly pull it off. Let's go to the kitchen. But that would only continue this disaster. Haven't you been informed that there's a water... Oh, this is like the worst time for a water outage, by the way. This is crazy. Water outrage right now, Horikita said. That's right, we won't be able to use water until 12 o'clock in the dormitories. The only water that can be used right now is the water in the toilet. But I doubt Horikita, oh my goodness, this is so bad. Would be fine with using it. I'll be going to the cafeteria for a moment, but there's no way except this. If I could just get my hands on some water, it would be possible to pull it off. Immediately leaving the room, I headed for the cafeteria. But once there, I was assaulted an unexpected incident. What was the sentence? I was assaulted an unexpected incident. I'm sorry, but a lot of students came here than expected and were out of water. Oh no. Oh no. The old lady at the cafeteria apologized in that sorry tone. It seems that the students who needed water for their dinner had taken it all. I understand. I'll buy some at the vending machine. If you could, please do that. And for just pulling an arm out of a thermos, a large amount of water should not be necessary. About 2 glasses of water should be enough. Having that in mind, I headed towards a vending machine installed near the cafeteria. But it seems misfortune tends to overlap. All the water, tea, juice, and such in the vending machine had all been sold out. This is the first time I've ever seen a vending machine completely emptied. So, you've come back without anything in hand. The thermos woman... The thermos woman glared at me. Don't kill me, bro. But it couldn't be helped since there was nothing I could have done. I wanted to bring some from my room, but I've already used up all my water. This too cannot be explained as anything other than a tragedy brought forth from this current of misfortune. So what do we do? If you're fine with it, we could ask Ike or Sudo to share some water with us. I'll pass. I had already expected this kind of answer, so I'd written it off before even asking, but as expected. If you're uncomfortable, I like how she's like, any water in their room is contaminated with whatever they are. Well, if you're all comfortable borrowing from them, I can lie and tell them I'm the one in need. I said, that's not it. I'm opposed to... Oh, yes. So my thing was right. That's not it. I'm opposed to using the water they have at hand. There's no telling what they put in there. She's treating them almost if they're bacteria. That's definitely not the case, is what I'd like to say, but I don't have the... I don't have the confidence to make that statement. Those guys, they have a habit of leaving drinking water or tea as it is. If Horikita asked them to hand it over, they would probably give the cleanest water they have, but if I tell them I want the water, depending on the situation, they might hand me back something of that kind. There's nothing more terrifying than malevolence without intent. Then do you want to challenge it again? Yes, please continue even if it hurts. For me, Horikita offered her right arm as though she had prepared her to resolve. It seems she wishes to escape from this as soon as possible. I could see slight sweat forming on her arm. Alright, then I'll be putting my back into it for a bit. I would also like to free Horikita as quickly as possible and return to my room. Thinking to endure the ridiculous posture for a moment, I pulled on the thermos. I then used twice as much power as before to pull the bottle off. It only resulted in Horikita making an expression of agony. Despite that, Horikita did not raise any complaints and endured the pain. However, the thermos, as soon as sucking on her arm, did not come off. This is really, as I thought, going to need some water. Alright, I'm gonna end it here for today, guys, because I'm just gonna pick this up later at some point. But if you guys like it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Like, let me know that you want part 2 of this, and I will do part 2 of this because it gets even better from this point on. I promise you.